Because whenever he was listening, it would be like this loud street. Good enough Yeah, you should get that case that just has a battery. Good? Oh, yeah, it's cool. Okay. I would recommend dentistry. Hey, Hugo, you mind if I get some steak to cook to see where I can stand? Yeah, steak. Oh, right.
I'll let you know. Hold on.
Thank you. All right, this DJ Redmark with True Star Foundation. Thank y'all for joining the Facebook Live. We're about to get started.
No.
Nah, man. It's all good. We got this. Trey got eat this.
Trey got it. This is so cool.
Father was heavy in the street, so I pretty much followed after them until I found True Star. One thing that I learned from True Star is that I could do whatever I wanted to if I put my mind to it, no matter circumstances. I could do whatever I wanted to if I put my mind to it, no matter circumstances.
What's going on, True Star? My name is Trey. Y'all know me since '07. Been in the True Star program, the photography program. Right now, I'm at Corliss High School, and man, I give all the credit to True Star because they made me the man that I am today. I grew up on the south side of Chicago, Wild Hundreds. Unfortunately, is what we called it, but I'm a product of my environment. However, I didn't let my environment define me. True Star has taught me how to brand myself, how to not sell myself short, and above all, remain true to who I am and not blend in with what the world has to offer.
Was heavy in the street, so I pretty much followed after them until I found True Star. One thing that I learned from True Star is that I could do whatever I wanted to if I put my mind to it, no matter circumstances. I could do whatever I wanted to if I put my mind to it, no matter circumstances.
What's going on, True Star? My name is Trey. Y'all know me since '07. Been in the True Star program, the photography program. Right now, I'm at Corliss High School, and man, I give all the credit to True Star because they made me the man that I am today. I grew up on the south side of Chicago, Wild Hundreds. Unfortunately, is what we called it, but I'm a product of my environment. However, I didn't let my environment define me. True Star has taught me how to brand myself, how to not sell myself short, and above all, remain true to who I am and not blend in with what the world has to offer.
Was heavy in the street, so I pretty much followed after them until I found True Star. One thing that I learned from True Star is that I could do whatever I wanted to if I put my mind to it, no matter circumstances. I could do whatever I wanted to if I put my mind to it, no matter circumstances.
What's going on, True Star? My name is Trey. Y'all know me since '07. Been in the True Star program, the photography program. Right now, I'm at Corliss High School, and man, I give all the credit to True Star because they made me the man that I am today. I grew up on the south side of Chicago, Wild Hundreds. Unfortunately, is what we called it, but I'm a product of my environment. However, I didn't let my environment define me. True Star has taught me how to brand myself, how to not sell myself short, and above all, remain true to who I am and not blend in with what the world has to offer.
Father was heavy in the street, so I pretty much followed after them until I found True Star. One thing that I learned from True Star is that I could do whatever I wanted to if I put my mind to it, no matter circumstances. I could do whatever I wanted to if I put my mind to it, no matter circumstances.
What's going on, True Style? My name is Kennisha. Y'all know me since 07, been in the True Style program, the photography program. Right now I'm at Corliss High School, and man, I give all the credit to True Style because they made me the man that I am today. I grew up on the south side of Chicago, Wild Hundreds, unfortunately is what we called it, but I'm a product of my environment. However, I didn't let my environment define me. True Star has taught me how to brand myself, how to not sell myself short, and above all, remain true to who I am and not blend in with what the world has to offer.
Father was heavy in the street, so I pretty much followed after them until I found True Star. One thing that I learned from True Star is that I could do whatever I wanted to if I put my mind to it, no matter circumstances. I could do whatever I wanted to if I put my mind to it, no matter circumstances.
What's going on, True Style? My name is Trey. Y'all know me since 07, been in the True Style program, the photography program. Right now I'm at Corliss High School, and man, I give all the credit to True Style because they made me the man that I am today. I grew up on the south side of Chicago, Wild Hundreds, unfortunately is what we called it, but I'm a product of my environment. However, I didn't let my environment define me. True Star has taught me how to brand myself, how to not sell myself short, and above all, remain true to who I am and not blend in with what the world has to offer.
Father was heavy in the street, so I pretty much followed after them until I found True Star. One thing that I learned from True Star is that I could do whatever I wanted to if I put my mind to it, no matter circumstances. I could do whatever I wanted to if I put my mind to it, no matter circumstances.
What's going on, True Style? My name is Trey. Y'all know me since 07, been in the True Style program, the photography program. Right now I'm at Corliss High School, and man, I give all the credit to True Style because they made me the man that I am today. I grew up on the south side of Chicago, Wild Hundreds, unfortunately is what we called it, but I'm a product of my environment. However, I didn't let my environment define me. True Star has taught me how to brand myself, how to not sell myself short, and above all, remain true to who I am and not blend in with what the world has to offer.
Thank you. All right, we're gonna throw it back to Trey and Lyric.
So once again, everybody, you know, we are live downtown Chicago at the True Star headquarters, and we all know, I feel like through a pandemic, life will throw you curveballs, but you just gotta keep it pushing forward, and that is exactly what we're going to be doing tonight. Make sure you continue to like, share. True Star headquarters, and we all know, I feel like through a pandemic, life will throw you curveballs, but you just gotta keep it pushing forward. That is exactly what we're going to be doing tonight.
I see. Oh, I say I see you, but I don't hear you. Oh wait, now let me see if I hear you.
Make sure you continue to like, share, repost the video so we can get those donations in, and also make sure you continue to tell everybody about all of the great things that us here at True Star are doing for our youth here in Chicago. But I see we got Shannon. Can you hear me now, Shannon? What's up, Shannon?
I
How are
can't
you?
hear you. There we go. I can hear you.
All right, so Shannon, as a teen, what made you want to be a part of True Star?
Okay, so honestly, I was looking for a summer job, and my mom ended up randomly finding out about True Star probably my like junior year of high school. And when I heard about it, I was like, dang, it sounds really cool. And I mean, like the first day, I loved it. I actually started in the program a little bit later than everybody else, but I loved it. I already knew in school that I was a good writer, so I just felt like this would be the perfect program, but I had no idea the scope of what I was getting myself into, like a good thing.
Yes. Now, Shannon, you have a pretty dope career. I mean, you're in Ohio.
I am in Cleveland now, yeah.
I'm in Cleveland, Ohio, working for CBS. So how did True Star prepare you for the career that you're in now?
Well, I'm an anchor and a multimedia journalist reporter. So honestly, I was on the editorial team when I first started in True Star years ago, and everything from interviewing. I mean, I was celebrity. I was 15, 17 years old, interviewing celebrities. So you had to have your questions prepared. You had to know, what you were talking about, the things that you were going to ask. It kind of taught me to try to find. Because when you're talking to people, they, especially with at least celebrities, they're interviewing all the time, so you wanted to ensure you had really cool questions, and something that they had never been asked before. So I feel like interviewing skills, I just feel like my presence, I feel like pitching stories, like True Star has so many different teams where you had to pitch ideas as well. I have to do that every day when I walk into the newsroom at work.
Now, Shannon, in your opinion, how does True Star cultivate young creators?
I think it just allows you to be yourself. I mean, it's not like when you join the program, they're like, okay, you have to be this way. I mean, I met everybody from walks of life. I'm from the south side of Chicago. I knew people from the west side, from the north side, from the south side, like all over. And I feel like it just allows you, and even I ended up being an instructor when I got to college, and even from like what you enjoy. They were able to talk to kids. Hey, what do you like to do? Okay, you like to talk? All right, let's figure that out. You like to take pictures all the time? All right, let's figure that out. It's like to be True Star just has something for everybody that allows you to really tap into that creativity that maybe you never had the chance to do, and the resources to do it too.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Shannon, I want you to go all the way back to, when you were a teenager. What was your most memorable
Hey, that wasn't that long ago.
What was your most memorable experience, when you were in True Star?
That's a really good question. Okay, I'm gonna put back to like when Trey Songz had braids and he had just started, and I remember interviewing him. I was so nervous. It was a phone interview. I interviewed him like 3 different times, but the first time was a phone interview. And I remember he was like at home. He was like walking up to his family, talking to them, but he was so down to earth, so chill, so cool. As soon as we got on the phone, it was just like we had known each other before. Yeah. And I felt like True Star was so good for just giving young kids those really cool experiences, whether you were talking to celebrities, whether you were in downtown Chicago in a meeting pitching story ideas or whatever the case is. I just feel like it was good. Or one time I remember, I interviewed the best friend Ella Simmons, that they paid for my parking because I was interviewing them downtown at a hotel, and they were great. So it's just so many memories that I have with True Star, absolutely, and the amazing people that I met too.
Absolutely. Real quick, Shannon, in 10 seconds, why should people donate to True Star?
I can't say nothing in 10 seconds. I'm a reporter.
Well, come on. You know that timing.
I know that time is quick. Because honestly, it just gives youth an outlet, and we are always talking about and being outside of Chicago, you see all the negative things that people think about Chicago and the youth specifically. So donating to True Star really allows the youth to have a place to be creative, to create content, and to be themselves, and to really show them the different careers that they can do. So donate.
There we go, man. Southside native Shannon Smith. Thank you so much for checking in with us tonight.
Thanks for having me.
Make sure you continue to stay safe and stay healthy, okay?
Thank you. You too.
All right, let me throw it back to my boy Ivan. What's up, Ivan?
What's up, Trey? Well, guys, you just heard from Shannon Smith, who is an example of the star quality that Truth Star has produced. Help us get more people of color behind a desk by making a donation now. Remember, you can donate here on Facebook or visit elevate.truestarfoundation.org or give by using Cash App with code TrueStarShy. By giving $50, you can provide ride-share service for students to get to and from the program or to cover community events. 150 will supply video and software for the media programs. I'll be back with more ways you can support. Back to you guys.
Hey everybody, it's J. Maul Green. I am so excited that today is True Star's 16th birthday. And I was just 16 years old when I was in True Star. So to know that they have been in operation since I was 9 years old, giving youth all over the city amazing skills in journalism and in media, it's just so great to know. Have some fun, live it up. All right, happy Sweet 16, True Star.
Happy birthday to you. Nah, I'm not a singer for real. But yo, somebody told me that True Star is turning 16 years old. Oh my gosh. 16 years of impacting urban youth right here in Chicago. We love you, True Star. Happy 16! Mwah!
Happy Sweet 16, True Star. Congratulations on 16 years of saving students, sharing stories, and changing lives.
Happy Sweet 16, True Star. I'm so happy to say here's to 16 years of making a difference in youth's lives.
Yes. And then the Tay Thompson, once again, founders of True Star. But yes, we are still here downtown Chicago, raising money for True Star and all of the great things that they are doing for the youth of Chicago. I saw something where you guys helped like over 10,000 kids in the city, surrounding areas. And as being an instructor, I've seen firsthand all of the great things that you guys are doing, from letting kids just experience things that I feel like they might not experience on an everyday basis. So, it's just truly a blessing to be here with you guys this evening. True Star has been around for 16 years. Now, Tay, Can you tell everyone how this non-for-profit came to be?
Yes. So this nonprofit came about 16 years ago. Oh my God, I feel so old.
No, you don't look it.
It actually started out of a need. Deanna and I got together. I reached out to her to see if she wanted to do a journalism program. I called her out the blue. She was kind of like, "What?" But just to see if she wanted to do a journalism program because we saw that it was like juniors and seniors in high school who couldn't formulate a paragraph. So we're thinking like, how are they gonna make it in the world, into college and beyond, if they can't even string together a few sentences? So that was really the idea behind it. We started with 17 students at Rainbow Beach Park on the southeast side of Chicago, and we just worked with them to create content. And it was really that it had no name. They came up with the name. It had no, we didn't know it was going to turn into a magazine. It was a 4-page newsletter, and it just grew from there organically because we decided to listen to the young people and what they wanted to be involved with.
Hey, I think that's dope because, like you said, you started on the east side of Chicago,
Yes.
Rainbow Beach, east side crazy, as they say. And then, you also talked about, you're at a magazine, a newsletter in a
Yes.
magazine to now being online, which I think is really cool because it shows that you guys are just keeping up to date
Right.
with the trends of what's going on in today's world. And obviously, we're in a new world just within the past 8 months or 9 months. I don't even know how long it's been anymore
Right.
since the pandemic. So I just think it's just amazing, all of the great things that you guys are doing. So just explain to me, what does connecting young creators mean in you guys' work?
Oh, wow. Well, connecting young creators is really just about being there for them, being there for the youth of Chicago. True Star has always been a second family, and we pride ourselves. Yes, it's about training. Yes, it's about industry skills. Yes, it's about all those things, but it's really about some place where you can come, someone really cares about you. They really care about your future. That's what why I connected with Nate early on, because I could just tell like she loved young people more than anybody I knew.
Yeah.
And they loved her,
Yeah.
and it felt good to be part of something like that and to build something like that. And it's really about connecting young people to their own gifts, and we're just pulling it out of them. We're just letting them know it's okay to be great. You don't have to play small. You can speak up. You can do whatever you want. And really, that's the core of the connection. And also, coming from Chicago, I know often as I was coming up, people were hesitant to connect me to other people, to other opportunities, to introduce me to someone. I really had to scratch to try to meet the people I needed to know to move further. And I didn't want young people to have that same challenge. I was like, I want to be that person that'll send an email, that'll connect you to an opportunity, that will just push you forward. And I think Nate has that same spirit. And so that's what we wanted for young people. It's like, here you can become connected to whatever you want as long as you have the drive and the desire.
Absolutely. And I've seen it once again firsthand when you guys this summer, just all of the different guest speakers that the students and kids were able to connect with. I'm better that I can't remember the names, but the guy that was a part of Planet Fitness.
Yes,
And
Ed Borelli.
Ed
Yes.
Borelli, super cool contact. And then we have the I can't think of her name, but the young lady, she worked for like BET at one point, and she was in New York, now she's in Chicago. What is her name? I can't think. What's her name? Armina. Yes. Yeah. Armina.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Mina V,
Armina.
absolutely.
Yeah. So I just think it's really cool that you guys are just able to connect the kids, and you encourage the kids to stay connected with these people. So obviously, we're in a pandemic, and we've seen the curveball that it has thrown to all of us. But how has True Star been able to continue to push through?
You want to take that one? So, True Star, we have been fortunate to be able to push through and not have to close our doors and shut down programming. And I say fortunate because there's so many organizations and businesses that have had to do just that due to the pandemic. But we were blessed to have amazing supporters that kept us going, amazing funders that kept supporting us and kept pushing us to keep going. And we were actually already transitioned digital, so we didn't have to do a huge pivot with working with the young people digitally. But we were fortunate because we were still able to get the funding and still have supporters, and we still had young people who wanted to be involved. That's the number one thing. We don't have young people, we don't have any programs. So the young people still wanted to be involved with TrueStar, and we were just able to do a quick pivot. And it's definitely been a struggle.
Yeah.
You know, nothing is easy about anything in 2020. Nothing is easy, but we have been able to be fortunate to push through. And right now, you know, the biggest thing is mental health and making sure everybody is okay. You know, regardless if we had to downsize or whatever the situation was going to be, we want to make sure that everyone is okay and that we're here, like Deanna was saying a minute ago. You know, we just want to be here for people. And whether it's the young people in the program, the instructors, or any supporters that we have, that's just what we're about. And continue with the connecting.
One thing you said that was important right there is you said that the youth still wanted to continue to come through. You know, a lot of people just have misconceptions about youth. So what do you think is the most common misconception?
I think the most common misconception about young people, particularly in Chicago, is that they're all lazy, negative, violent, just everything you could think of negative, because that's what the media pushes out. And that's the importance of TrueStar. When we started TrueStar, we wanted young people to be able to tell their own story, because everything is not negative. While there are a lot of bad apples, a lot of bad things that do happen, the majority of young people are not bad. The majority of young people are not negative. The majority of young people want to go on and have a better life as an adult and be productive citizens of this country. But only thing that you see in the media is negative, negative, negative. So with us being able to provide a platform to the young people so that they can tell their own story and kind of be the exact opposite of what you typically see in the media, that's what is the most proudest moment for me. But yeah, definitely the biggest misconception is that they're all just bad, and this couldn't be further from the truth.
Yeah, and like as an instructor, I keep saying it because I just love being an instructor. But firsthand, I've seen it, man. It's so many common misconceptions. These are really some good kids that really want to learn and oftentimes just better themselves from the situation that they're in.
Right, and learn, and they're open to learning from adults. You know, that's another thing. A lot of adults feel like young people don't understand. And if you can just think back to when you was 15, 16, 17 years old, and for a lot of adults, it's not that long ago. For some adults, it's a little bit further off. But I think that's the one of the unique things with Deanna and myself is that, you know, they don't practice adultism. With adultism, you kind of tell young people, be quiet, stay in your place, sit down, you know, just be still. And that's we want the exact opposite, because how are the young people supposed to learn how to become responsible adults if they're not practicing it as a teenager? So yeah,
I love that. So obviously we are here tonight to raise money.
Yes.
You know, that's what we're trying to get people to get in that bag. Look, we're trying to get to the bag tonight. We're trying to get to $20,000. We're trying to drip. We're trying to drip the office. We're trying to drip everything around here. So, you know, what would someone's contribution go towards?
Well, all of the dollars that we're raising today, we're really raising to offer young people more opportunities, to connect them to more opportunities and to more jobs. You know, it's really going directly to our program, to also help our programs run remotely. There's some, you know, just unique things when you're doing a program remotely. We want to make sure our young people have the equipment that they need to really be the creators that they are and to really leverage those skills that we're teaching them. So we just want to make sure that we invest in our programs and continue going strong. And so right now we have nearly 50 young people in jobs, remote jobs. Young people still need jobs. They actually need jobs more than ever. And so we want to add 25 jobs. So with the money raised today, we're going to be adding more jobs for young people, more opportunities. You'll see us recruiting after this fundraiser for more students. And so really that's honestly where the funding is going. It's going directly to the young people of Chicago who really need us more than ever. They are leading all of these movements that we're seeing. And we have to really just, you know, harness that energy, and we have to push them forward. And they're doing it a lot because they are creators, because they are savvy with social media, right? And so they say more young people have voted already than have voted in history. So we want to keep that going, right? And so really it's just about investing in our young people. We have a lot of plans, but that's where it starts.
Yes, absolutely. So real quick, what do you guys want people to just to know about TrueStar?
One thing for me that we want everyone to know about TrueStar is that we care and we're here and we're not going anywhere. Thanks to you guys.
Mhm.
I just want everyone. First, I want to thank everyone. I want to thank all of our supporters and everything. But one thing I want people to know about True Star is that we really need the community. We need you guys. We cannot survive. We are a nonprofit organization, and just by the nature of that means that we need donations. We need generous donors to our programs. And most people who know True Star in the city of Chicago know a young person who was employed, know a young person who was featured in a magazine, know a young person who was part of our street team. So we're out there, and we're a part of the community and a fabric of the community, and we want the community to be a fabric of us. So please sign up to our newsletter, get more information. If you are able, $5, $10, $500. It doesn't matter what you can do, but just seed into an organization that's been seeded into young people.
Yes, absolutely. And you guys, I will say, you guys give some really good snacks here for the kids. Like I did some programs back in the day, and them snacks was a little bogus, but y'all really some really good snacks.
Snacks are important.
Yeah, the snacks are important.
You got food, you have to battle.
Yes. So once again, make sure you guys continue to donate, like, share, repost the video, and let's continue to raise funds so we can help the youth of Chicago. Once again, we are here at True Star downtown in the city, and we're once again raising money tonight. So real quick, I feel like we're going to throw it to Lyric or Ivan as we continue through the evening. Matter of fact, we're going to take a break. Okay.
Thanks, folks. You just heard from the heart and soul of True Star's co-founders, Deanna McLary Sherman and Tay Thompson. It's because of the timeless dedication of these two women that over 10,000 young people have quality first-time job experience. Your donations will go toward providing area teens with a stipend for the work that they create with these jobs. A $500 donation will supply a student with a smartphone and app subscription that allows them to shoot, edit, and publish on their phone. For $1,000, you can provide a stipend for a low-income student for 1 year. I'll be back with more ways that you can come back and support.
It's Lyric again, and I am back with another True Star creator, Marquise Swell. While we're waiting, please don't forget to donate to True Star. I know you guys see it. It's down there.
Yes.
So go ahead and donate.
Okay, wait. Now?
Hey, it's Hermina, and I'm wishing True Star a very happy Sweet 16. Here's to 16 years of changing lives, making an impact, and making a difference in the lives of thousands of teens, myself included. Thank you so much. Happy Sweet 16, True Star.
Hi, I'm Jamila, a proud alumni of True Star. I want to wish True Star a happy Sweet 16, and I want to thank you for 16 years of allowing students such as myself to explore their creativity and explore different paths in life so that they can become something despite their circumstances. Thank you.
We want to give a special shout out to Recast Chicago for sponsoring today's event. Hi, Marquis.
Hi, Lyric.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Okay, so when did you join True Star and what program were you in?
So I joined True Star in middle school. I was like seventh grade, I think. And I was just in the digital media department, and we were just making like content for the magazines and stuff like that. That's when I first was introduced to True Star.
Interesting. Well, I started True Star when I got introduced to Deanna and Tay when I was about 13 years old, and I was just starting music, and I was featured in one of their articles online,
Right.
and that's when it just went from there. And I think in my junior year, I started working with the radio broadcasting, and after that, it was just a wrap.
Yep.
So
Yep.
yeah, I was really into it. What has been one of your personal highlights since being in the program?
I would probably say being featured in a magazine. Like when I was first going off to college, they definitely had a feature of me in the magazine. So that was probably like a big point for me
Yeah.
with True Star. Yeah. That was. What about you?
One of my biggest things and biggest highlights was when I was featured. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was definitely that moment. I was just like,
Mhm.
yeah, I love it. And no, actually, it was when I did my Shut Up and Listen. I was like,
Mm.
I love it here. So,
That's dope.
but
That's
I love
dope.
it here. They're so sweet. But that was one of my big highlights. Now, from the pandemic to the Black Lives Matter movement,
Mhm.
2020 has been a lot of stress for all of us in the
Yeah.
world. How have you been dealing with it, with your self care and mental health?
Just trying to stay consistent with like making and creating content as much as I can. That sort of like takes my mind off of certain things.
Of course.
Um, yeah, that's really just about it, and just working, just stay working. You feel me? That's it.
Yes,
What about you?
I believe in staying active. Make sure you're working. Make sure you're getting everything you need to get done. I
Definitely.
really just stay focused. Honestly, like
Mhm.
the more focused you are, the better it'll be. If you
Yeah,
just don't focus on the negative and focus on the positive, because at the end of the day, you're gonna get to where you're supposed to be. Your day, your time, your moment in life.
that's
It'll
deep.
come.
That's
Oh
deep.
yeah. Hey. What is the thing that's keeping you resilient through the current racial issues and the pandemic?
That's a good one. I would say like our ancestors and even our parents and grandparents, they struggled for so much. They struggled through so much. Actually, a lot of what we going through, they went through and then some. And so, they stayed strong. They didn't uh sacrifice for us to give up hope. So I'm just saying, like,
Right.
them keeping them in mind, it's always a reminder to stay strong, and it always gets better.
Right. I totally agree with you.
Hmm.
Honestly, staying strong and being able to believe what you believe and having your own opinion and standing on it. That's my biggest thing.
Yeah,
If you don't stand on your opinion, it's not valid.
that's true.
So I just stand on my opinion and I stand with my right
Hmm.
and I'll exercise my right.
Yep.
So that's just that. So let's talk a little bit more about being resilient. Joining us now is Kennisha Palmer Edwards, our Recast ambassador from Recast Chicago, whose goal is to build community resilience in Chicago through trauma-informed practices, violence prevention, and community-informed plans. Thank you for joining us. What advice can you offer to teens to stay resilient during these times? We can't hear you. Um, Kennisha, Kennisha, your mic is muted. We can't hear
Can you
you.
hear me now?
No, ma'am. You
You
cannot.
can't hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm sorry. Like I said, okay, my name is Kennisha. I am an ambassador at Recast, but I'm here to represent Build Chicago also. We created a definition of resilience at Recast, actually. So simple that even the smallest of you can understand. So the definition we came up with is resilience is the ability to adapt, heal, and move on from any traumatic experience and any traumatic event you have experienced. Um, as a young person or younger person, I've experienced a few traumatic events. However, I learned that my ability to heal and adapt and move forward came from when I started working at Bill. Simply because Bill gives me a purpose. Drives me every day. It gives me a reason to fall back into the funk I once was in. A good example of that is over the summer, me and another ambassador actually did circles with our youth. And during circle, one of the youth that they've never had anybody ask them something simple as how they're doing, how their day was. And the fact that I was able to sit there with them and give them their voice made me feel really, really good because I always say these days, the youth do not have a voice of their own because they're not given the voice. They're not given the opportunity to speak. Therefore, something I can say to give advice on being resilient is to not be judgmental at all. The best thing to do is, I say it as like a each one teach one, meaning that you've been through something. So instead of being there judging the person, you can be there to say, hey, I'm not going to judge. I'm going to sit here. I'm going to listen to you. Pour out your heart. I'm here for you. When you do that, understand that you were once there. So let them know, hey, I hear you. Say whatever you got to say. But understand that I am not going to be here and I'm not going to allow you to just stay in your phone. I was once there and I moved on. So whether it takes a month, 2 months, 6 months, a year, 3 years, 4 years, just understand that I'm going to be here for you and with you every single step of the way to make sure that you do not stay there, that you move forward just like I did. After today's, here, this is about you, but I feel like even adults hear things like that. Do not stay where you at because, for all you know, that you could be the voice of someone else. I show you, well, I did this. I was resilient. This is how I was resilient. I went through this. It's like, hey, I did that too. So did I. Now you have a group of people who are not just helping each other, but helping people watching to become resilient. And it's not that hard, but at the same time, it's not easy. You have to be vulnerable to first open up. So when you open up to things, that is the first step of becoming resilient. Like I said before, adapt, heal, move forward. Like I said, it's not easy at all. I understand from a personal experience, being open up is definitely not easy. But once you do, and once you feel comfortable, then you take that first step. And yes, take the second step. Yes, I do need help. The third step, just continue to go on and on and on. And before you know it, you're helping 6, 7, 8 people to help them out from where you once were. So resilience is definitely about not just coping, but understanding that you may fall back into a deep. That's normal. We're all human. We all do that. However, do not let whatever happens to you hold you back. Understand that you're gonna have those days where I don't feel like getting up. I don't feel like this. I don't feel like that. That's normal. However, in order to be resilient, do not let that hold you back from doing anything. Understand that the next person is watching you. So you can't say, I'm resilient, but I'm just going to fall and I'm going to do it today. They're watching you. Understand that people are watching you. So I feel like being resilient is also not just coping, but understanding that you're still human. You're going to have those bad days. It's about you taking that step into not staying there, moving forward, healing.
Yes. Well, thank you so much, Kennisha Palmer Edwards. It was so wonderful talking to you about your resilience. Thank you, Recast, for sponsoring this evening. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Now we're going to return it to Ivan.
Star is all about being resilient, but as hard as we try, we can't do it without the help of people like you. Your support today will help make a future job opportunity possible for area teams and the broad of communications. If you're into making a fashion statement, visit shop truestarfoundation.org and pick up one of our t-shirts or any of the merch to show your support. Back to you guys.
All right, so once again, we are back downtown once again here at our True Star headquarters. Make sure you continue to like, donate, and support all of the great things that True Star has to offer to the youth here in Chicago. Once again, we want to give a big special shout out to our sponsors, Recast Chicago. But right now, we are back with another one of True Star's brightest alumni, NBC Sports web producer Michael Walton. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight.
No problem. Thanks for having me, man. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure always.
Okay, I like your voice.
I appreciate it.
Very strong voice. Before you were very mild-mannered, but now you came on, you command the attention, bro.
Try to wait for showtime always. Try to wait.
So when did you become a part of True Star?
Oh, man, True Star. So that was my junior year of high school. So it was 2011. And growing up in the internet age, it was easy to get into blogging, get into writing, get into starting your own project. There's a little bit of encouragement, but not a ton because you're a teenager, you're a kid. You can only do so much. Mm-hmm. And then True Star sort of came out, and I met Miss Marty and Deanna, and I met Trey and the whole team. And the amount of encouragement in this organization was incredible. And I always say without them, there's no way I would be where I am today. So.
Yeah. So what was that one thing that drew you to True Star? Because I'm pretty sure so many different other activities that a child could do, but you chose True Star. So what was that one thing that made you say, man, I'm about to sign up for this?
Oh man, well, especially in Chicago, there was a lot of things you can get into, different programs. For True Star, the biggest thing was I think a lot of people tell you to dream big. So as a kid, it's obviously, okay, I'm going to dream big.
Yeah.
But True Star didn't just tell you to dream big because it's kind of an empty statement. They showed you how to dream big. And so I think the biggest thing for me was just the amount of opportunity without knowing my writing ability. At the start, they wanted to help you become a better writer. And they would say, Michael, what's something you want to do? I'd say, well, 5 years from now, I want to go cover a game at the United Center. And, the response from Char is, well, why 5 years?
Yeah.
Why not next month?
Right.
Why not next week?
Yeah.
And then I believe it was 2011, the year I joined, was the first year I got to go to the McDonald's All-American game at the United Center and do some interviews and some on-the-scene stuff. And from that point on, did a great job, got to see my name in print. And every other year from 2011 to 2016, I was going to the United Center to cover the McDonald's All-American game. So that's just like one very small part. I have like tons of those stories. Yeah. But with True Star, they had the connections and the opportunity to actually put kids in the field rather than just talking about this like abstract future concept.
That's what I'm about to say. So you mean to tell me that you were able to do something that a professional who goes to college for 4 years, who comes out of college and might not necessarily have a job yet, but they're still looking for that gig. But as a high school student, you were able to cover something at the United Center.
As a high school student, I was being sent out in the press box, sitting next to people now who I've been able to interact with in an office setting. And, True Star was like, you want to go cover a game, we'll get you there and we'll show you the ropes and we hope you can do this in future times. With working now, it's not necessarily that you're going to get the opportunities that I did back as a teenager. So you're completely right. And really, they just fast track you to where you want to go.
Fast track. I love that. So, I guess I'm thinking the pieces that you did back then. What was your most memorable piece that you wrote for True Star, and how did that help you with your current profession now?
Oh yeah, and that's another one. Again, True Star is just so many stories. And shout out to Deanna and Trey, and please everyone remember to donate. But
yes,
please remember to donate. But because again, without the donations, opportunities like that wouldn't have happened. So my favorite piece I ever wrote for True Star, it was actually going to cover a charity event where Isaiah Thomas, the Detroit Pistons legend, and Joakim Noah was going to be there, and I believe Jabari Parker also, who's currently in the NBA, Simeon legend. And I believe Father Flaker might have been there because it was at St. Sabina Church. But during that event, I met one of my favorite writers at the time, Brian Crawford, who happened to be there just doing some more freelance for the Red Eye. So that day for me, I knew I was setting out. I had a story to write for True Star, and it morphed into 30 other things. Met one of my favorite writers and now consider him a mentor, got his contact info. Talked to Joakim Noah, got to meet Isaiah Thomas, got to see some great basketball as well. So TrueStar was sending me to go do great things in the field, but they're also helping you make those connections, especially in news, media, journalism. If you don't have those connections, it's going to be tough even with the talent. So
Yeah.
they really try to help you see sort of the forest or the trees, so to speak.
So if you think back then, I'm assuming Miss Marty was your instructor.
Yes, so she was the one who originally brought me in, and I also want to give a shout out to Edgar, who was one of the earlier instructors. But really, Deanna and Nate, just always being here, always being present. That was something that changed the game for me because I've worked for plenty of companies, I've worked with plenty of people, and it's not often you see the people at the top so dedicated to actually being in the field, trying to help make everything a better place. So, again, without Deanna and Nate, I don't know where I would be, and that's why I always want to make sure to tell everybody, donate anytime you can.
And what's really cool is about Deanna and Nate, along with the instructors, they actually work in the profession. Or they have some experience within the field. It's not, a random Joe Blow from around the corner just teaching kids how to do something or just taking a job just for the heck of it. Actual instructors who have experience, who want to, educate the youth and show the youth the different career path. And I think ultimately those instructors help you get to where you are today.
Yeah, with the way the instructors taught at TrueStar, it's pretty much, talk is cheap.
Yeah.
You can talk all you want, but at the end of the day, you have to produce, and content is the name of the game. And I think, without sort of the training I got at TrueStar today, I wouldn't be prepared for my career, and I certainly wouldn't be prepared for a year like 2020, where we've seen things can go a number of different ways. So they really teach kids life skills that you need to have to be able to teach yourself sort of how to go on for the rest of your life.
And real quick, Michael, why should people donate to TrueStar tonight?
People should be able to donate to TrueStar tonight, or they should, donate to TrueStar tonight, because there's a lot of causes you can donate to where you'll get lip service, you'll get them telling you about all the great things they can do. But look around at TrueStar, there is no lip service. They're doing it. You can see it every day. And I think if you go out in the industry, you'd be surprised at the number of people who have interacted with TrueStar in one way or another.
Here we go, Michael. Thank you so much for chopping it up with us tonight. Give me a glass of fist bump.
2020 in a nutshell.
Yeah, 2020 in a nutshell. I'll throw it back to my boy, Ivan. What's up, Ivan?
What's up, Trey? Thank you so much. Michael is another product of TrueStar who is continuing to make us proud. Help us give us a platform to more young men and women so that they can take the first steps toward accomplishing their career dreams. For $1,500 donation, you will provide a camera and MacBook Pro laptop for a digital program. For $2,500, you can sponsor youth content creator for a whole year. All you have to do is click the donate button here on Facebook or go to elevate.truestarfoundation.org. We accept Cash App too. Just use the code TrueStarShy. Thank you, guys.
All right, so next up we have
TrueStar. Here's another 16 years of amplifying young voices.
Happy Sweet 16, TrueStar Magazine. Thank you for everything that you guys have done for youth for the last 16 years in the city of Chicago, especially myself. I can't thank you guys enough. There's no way I would have a foundation or have a voice or even a platform that I have today without you guys. So thank you guys. Cheers to 16, and I'm rooting for another 16 and another 16 after that.
We have TrueStar's freelance journalist Kelby Nails in an interview with Fox News Chicago reporter Tia Ewing. Check this out.
Chicago, Tia Ewing. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us today in support of TrueStar's Connecting Young Creators Fundraiser. My first question for you today is, why is it important to have diversity in the newsroom and in media?
Oh man, that is a full question.
It is a full question.
It's so many reasons why. I guess the simplest one is that you need diverse thinkers. Everybody can't think the same. Everybody shouldn't think the same. I think it's dangerous in a time like this to have everybody thinking the same. And so you need people that are going to champion for everybody. And so everybody is inclusion, right? Everybody is women, everybody is men, everybody is the LGBTQ community, the African American community, the Asian community, the Hispanic community. So that could just keep going, right? And so if you don't have those people at the table, conversations about what those groups need, what those groups are, what they're about, then you have people that don't understand anything about those groups making decisions for those groups or making decisions based on those groups. So that's the simplest answer of why you need diversity, because in a newsroom you cover so many different topics, and you need people that are not just diverse in visually what they look like, because we could all look alike and not think anything alike. You need people that also think differently as well. Otherwise, many of the stories will be one-sided, and I'm sure you could think of several news agencies right now that oftentimes depict certain groups certain ways, and if you go and you turn on the channel, it's pretty obvious when you see visually who's representing or who's represented at said place. Everybody kind of looks the same, everybody kind of thinks the same, and so I think that's just dangerous.
I agree. On the topic of like diverse thinking and diversity and like not only physical but in mind, how do you think you bring your unique perspective to your job as a reporter?
I think I'm diverse in a lot of ways, obviously visually speaking. I am a Black woman, but it's not just that, because being in this business for how long, as long as I have, which isn't super long, but I've been in this business since 2008, I've run into a lot of people that visually they look diverse, but mentally they lack diverse thinking. And so I think I bring a lot of different perspectives. I am fortunate enough, and I say fortunate, some people think it's a an unfortunate thing, but I think I'm fortunate enough to have lived, I think it was 6 or 7 neighborhoods in Chicago. All of those neighborhoods were very different. Some of them were poverty stricken, some of them were not, some of them were well-to-do. And so I thank God for those experiences, because it made me open my eyes to how people think, how different people live. So that's already diverse to begin with. How many people do you know that when you meet them, they can say, I grew up in 7 different neighborhoods? Not many. And so I got to see things pretty early on. I bring diversity by way of, anybody that knows me would say that I'm straight up. Sometimes that's to my own detriment, because I don't feel the need to filter myself. I feel like I am who I am, and if you don't like it, you're the person with the problem. I don't have a problem. You have a problem. And so I think that's a beautiful thing, not to feel like you have to censor yourself because of where you work, or censor yourself because of what you do. Like, I live in my truth every day. So if I feel like something is not okay, I wouldn't just say it to you. If I'm at the news station and I saw something that was questionable to me, I don't just keep that to myself and be like, oh, it's questionable. I let it be known that it's questionable. So what you see with me, how I am, is what it is in front of the camera, is what it is off the camera, is what it is all day long. So I think that's the diversity that I bring. And I also think that being an intelligent, well-lived, well-traveled, but especially well-lived Black woman is very important. And what I mean by that is, I know what it's like to live in poverty, and I know what it's like not to live in poverty. And I think you need, in this day and age, you need people that understand their roots, because so many people have forgotten where the hell they came from. Right? Like that. So many people.
I've seen it. I just want to backtrack a little bit to, you were talking about like the things that you've seen as means of like your job. Do you think you would have gotten a different perspective on all of the things that you've experienced if you weren't a reporter?
Okay, how can I say this? I don't live in the hood anymore, okay? But I got family members that live there. I used to live there. I know what that's like. I know what it's like to hear gunshots. I know what it's like to be sitting at the kitchen table and hear somebody break into your place. I've been there as a child. We lived that. And so I think that because I present myself a certain way, people feel very comfortable around me. So I have experienced just about everything you can imagine. I've heard conversations that my intolerant ears shouldn't have heard. I've heard people have said things that I think that they thought, oh, okay, well, Tia doesn't live there, so that's not going to impact her if I say that. And that's been throughout my career, you know, I've experienced those things. So yeah, I think I've experienced some things that I wouldn't have experienced as a reporter, good and bad. Events that I ever went to was a Beyonce and Jay-Z concert that I covered, working in the news media. I got to interview, at the time, Vice President Joe Biden. I don't know, it's hard for me to really answer that question because, like, one thing I believe in is being grounded. And so, like, I see myself, when I look in the mirror, I just see myself Tia from the block. You know, like, I'm just Tia, nothing special. I guess apply myself so I won't become a statistic. But other than that, it's nothing special about me that you couldn't do if you didn't want to do it. Or anybody else that watches this. Like, if they really want to go for it and become a news reporter, a news anchor, an investigative reporter, there's nothing holding you back but you.
That answer. Why do you think True Star is such a necessary and important program for today's youth?
I think it's important to have programs like this because it makes you think about your future. It makes you, and it brings you people that you normally may not have access to. Like, when would you meet me? Like, we're in a COVID world now too. So it's like, when will we sit down and meet? Like, it probably wouldn't happen considering, you know, the times that we're living in right now. So I think True Star brings you the experience front and center, and it's up to you to make a decision of, you know, what you're going to allow your life to look like. But they're exposing you early. Like, nobody exposed me to journalism early, especially not in high school, especially not freshman year of college. None of that. I didn't get exposed into TV until I was already about to graduate, and I was like, oh, this thing's kind of cool. So, I mean, a program like this is, I mean, there's no price tag you can even put on a program like this because they're bringing you people, many who look like you, who can tell you the truth about their experiences, because no matter what America tries to say, some of us live completely different and some of us are challenged and treated differently based on what we look like, based on what our skin tone turned out to be. And I have no doubt in the years that I've been a journalist experienced that in the past, for sure. So True Star, I think if you guys don't take advantage of this opportunity, you guys and girls, if you don't take advantage of this opportunity, I don't know when you'd be able to get an opportunity like this again, truly. It may never come around again. So this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. So take advantage of it.
I am. Not long ago, you had a True Star student as an intern. What sort of like tasks did you have her do to make sure that she got real world job experience?
Well, first of all, she had to come out with me at the time that she interned with me. I worked 3 o'clock in the morning. So she was working at 3 o'clock in the morning. So that already showed me, I don't know too many people that will wake up at, so if I had to be at work at 3 o'clock in the morning and she had to be up as well, that means that she had to get up, get dressed, you know, be prepared for the day, maybe make a little light breakfast, bring some snacks. That means she was getting up at 2 o'clock, 2:15. So my intern already I have respect for. I have respect for anybody who is like, you know what, I want this bad enough that I'm willing to put in just as much work as you. So one of the things that she did, which was real life application that I wanted to make sure she understood, was writing on a deadline. Because in this job, especially if you're starting out as a reporter or an anchor, you have to write on a deadline or be quick on your feet. So any story I did, she was given the task to do and do it in front of a camera. So she would have to write it, tell me what it was. That's okay. That's okay. And sometimes it was great. And then she would get in front of the camera and deliver it. So she walked away with a real life resume reel that she could take and get a job. But in addition to that, you know, I think a lot of things school does not teach you. School doesn't teach you about negotiating your contract. It doesn't teach you about what that contract should look like. It doesn't teach you, I mean, so many things that you encounter when you're, you know, in the journalism field. School does not teach you that. You could go to graduate school, they don't teach you that. I don't know anybody that ever had a class about negotiating their contract or understanding what the contract should look like or what shouldn't be in the contract. So we talked about those things. Understanding, you know, where you want to go next. How do you get there? Because You might be a reporter, but does that mean that's where you want to stay? You got that job, so then what do you do next? So we talked about those things. One thing that we really talked about that I think is really important with young folks is you don't like to, I don't know if you're trying to list it or trying to do it for likes. I don't know if you're really trying to be about that Fashion Nova life. I don't know what it is, but a lot of young people think it's cool to be on their social media, you know, tooting it back for the gram. And so I had to have that conversation, which I have with every intern I've ever had, even male interns. You know, certain posts on social media, unless you got the job, you don't want to do that. Okay.
Okay, we're gonna wrap it up with the last question.
Okay.
What advice would you give to young creators like me who write for TrueStar and may be interested in pursuing a career in journalism?
Whew, girl, that is a very full question. What advice would I give? So it depends on what levels of journalism you want to be in. But I always tell people that you can start now. There's no reason why right now you can't start becoming the journalist that you in the future that you want to be. So let me start that over. There's no reason why right now you can't start becoming the journalist that you want to be for your own future. And what I mean by that is there's so many stories every day that could use some digging. Like they could use some more exploration. They could use some more explaining. And I always tell young people, like, you have a phone, you know, you have some of the video, you can now screen grab videos on your phone. And you have iMovie, you have all these different tools right in the palm of your hand. And so there's no reason why, instead of posting pictures of your best outfit on Instagram, that you're not posting stories that people talk about, or digging a little deeper into certain topics and literally recording yourself talking about them. People do it on YouTube all the time and have a hell of a following. So I feel like there is no reason to wait. If you want to go to college, I'm not saying don't go to college. I think going to college is fine. I went twice. I'm not telling you don't go to college, but there's no reason why you have to wait until you graduate to start producing things, to start creating your own shows, to start creating your own content. You're technically a content creator right now. If you use Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, TikTok, you're creating content every day.
Mm-hmm.
So my best advice to young people is to start early, start now. Second thing is to be well versed at many things, because in journalism, sometimes today you might cover politics, tomorrow you may cover crime, the next day you might cover statistics, the next day you might cover a religion that you have never heard of in your life. But if you're not well read, if you don't read, you don't occasionally pick up, you know, books and, you know, papers. And I know papers are old school. Everybody wants to read them online. But some things you need to physically have in your hands and read. If you do not do that consistently, you kind of flop as a journalist, or you're kind of one-sided. And you can tell people that they don't stretch beyond where they are. Like, they don't read, you know, everything they get is probably from their few sources that they continuously go to, maybe the shade room, no shade to the shade room, but maybe they're going to the shade room and, you know, TMZ, and that's where it stops.
Yeah.
You can go, those people are obvious, you know, you can't hide in a newsroom. So I would tell people to be very, very well versed. Third thing, last thing I would, or no, third thing, not the last thing. Third thing I would say is to make sure that you're humble. No matter what you achieve to, no matter what you become, please stay humble, or please sit down, really, because nobody can stand, at least I can't, an obnoxious, full of themselves, you know, it's all about me person. So if you do achieve all of your goals and you start knocking them off the list, stay grounded. And the last thing is to always give back. Always remember where you came from. I don't care if you achieve being the best anchor in the whole wide world and people stick a microphone in your face one day and they say where you're from. And if you are from Inglewood, if you are from areas that are deemed not as impressive, because you know how it is being in Chicago, certain people don't want to rep where they're from because it's frowned upon. If you're from North Lawndale, so what? Rep it. That's where you're from. That's what made you who you are. So never forget where you come from. That would be my last thing.
This has been so fun. Thank you so much for having this conversation with me. No, like, so I love fun. You stayed true to yourself, and I can see it through like every single question, every single answer. Like, just thank you again for supporting True Star and connecting young creators. Fundraiser. Thank you for talking to me today.
Staying home shouldn't stop
Thank
you
you so
from
much for
being
taking
you.
the time to
It
talk
shouldn't
with us
stop
today
you
and
from being an
support True
artist,
Stars Connecting Young
being a friend.
Being a musician.
Staying in doesn't mean missing out.
Keep creating music.
Keep creating art.
Keep creating memories.
Keep creating friendships.
Keep creating.
Here inside the studio. But once again, the goal is to raise $20,000. We're trying to raise 20 bands tonight. So make sure you continue with those donations as we get through the evening. And once again, we are connecting young creators. So once again, make sure you donate, share, like, reaching your purse or go to your account. You know, we're inside, no restaurant these days. You know, you can't go to the club, you can't pretty much do anything. So where else? You got a little extra change. Make sure you donate because you will be helping the youth of Chicago and of course True Star. Right?
Yes, it will be greatly appreciated.
Yes. Now, our final guest tonight is none other than journalist, author, and culture critic for ESPN, Scoop Jackson. Now, he's being interviewed by True Star's Jaquil Jackson. He's an author and founder of the non-for-profit organization Project I Am. Take a look at this really dope interview.
This is Jaquil Jackson here with legendary award-winning author and journalist, young Scoop Jackson. Thank you for being a part of True Stars Fundraiser, connecting young creators.
No problem, man. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, it's great to have you.
Yeah, good to see you too.
You've been working for a variety of publications, including ESPN, Slam, XXL.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, almost for 3 decades now. You only look like you're in your 20s. It's amazing. But what was the thing that made you want to become a writer?
Well, of all the things I was doing in college, writing was the one that people responded to most. I was doing television production, I was doing the music thing, I was writing, and I was actually working at BET at the time, but I was also started writing for the student newspaper where I was in school at. And my writing started to get picked up by other newspapers, and I started getting checks. So I'm like, okay, I'm working for BET basically for free, but I'm getting checks for writing. So come on now, it's an easy decision. So I started to lean into writing, and when I really started leaning into writing and journalism, I'm one of those type of individuals that if I'm going to do this, I'm going to try to be the best ever. Not that I'll ever get there, but that's my thing, is trying to get to that point. So I really kind of took a hard dive into journalism, tried to get the best out of myself, and I'm still trying to do that to this day.
So your latest book, This Game is Not a Game, The Power, Protest, and Politics of American Sports. So is this your first sports book?
Yes, it's actually my first sports book as a whole. I've been with ESPN now for a little over 15 years, and I've been writing about basketball probably for the last 25 years. And this is the first real dive I've taken into just doing something on sports. I've had other books that I've written, even did a sneaker book for Nike. But nothing really concentrated about sports until right now. And I figured after being in ESPN for 15 years and covering all sports that I had a solid background enough to put my voice out there about what I felt about the situation sports is in right now. So
yeah. So it came out before the NBA players went into the bubble.
Yeah.
So how much of an impact would the last half of the NBA 2020 season would have had on your book if you could have added some things in?
I probably would have added 2 more chapters. One specifically about the NBA and the WNBA and how they approached everything to come back especially with all the, the social initiatives that they had in place and the messages they wanted to get out there. So there will probably be a chapter on the NBA and WNBA on that. And I probably have another chapter on what all other sports that came back didn't do. Because it seemed like the WNBA and the NBA were out at the forefront as far as the movement was concerned, and everybody else was kind of just lagging behind if they did anything at all. So I probably got a real nice chapter on, giving big ups to the NBA and WNBA, and, throwing shade at everybody else that they didn't do.
Like, it was disappointing to see how football not turned out, but I'm just proud that the NBA actually
that's what we do as people. When things are on the line, historically, black folks, we step up. We step up and step out. And the thing that I want us to do from now on is start looking at other sports, looking at where their interests are. Do their interests, even though we're involved in the sports, do their interests put us first? And you can see with a lot of other sports, they didn't put us first.
Yeah. So there were 4 players originally from Chicago in the finals. How iconic is that?
That was pretty big, man. Chicago has always had its hands in basketball all the time. And I'm pretty sure if we went back and looked at it, we may find that it had happened before. But to look at it this time, especially on the stage and how small the stage was because of the bubble was so concentrated, it was really cool that we could focus on the fact that we had strong representation from Chi, in the finals. And I was extremely happy for AD. Getting to that stage, we kind of felt watching him come up that he would be there, especially once he did it in college. We saw him on the stage getting the chip there. We figured it was come. We didn't. It took a little bit longer because it was in New Orleans, but the fact that he's there, we love that, and he represented Shy very well. And it was really good to see K-Nun get his looks. Especially being a rookie, doing what he did during the season, being there, it's a sense of pride and thinking that they're going to be there a few more times, both of them. So I don't think this will be the first time you see K-Nun and AD going at it, the chip on the line. So good.
TrueStar was created 16 years ago with the need to help students improve their writing. Why do you think it's important that students find their voice?
Because at the end of the day, your voice is really all you have. There are rules and structures in place when it gets to this level of writing, when you become a journalist. But still with that, you still have to apply your voice into what it is you're reporting, what it is that you're writing, whatever stories you're trying to tell. And if you look at the larger scope of communications when it deals with writing as a form of communication, it's still all about storytelling. And there's no way for you to identify exactly what you're doing if you don't include that in your storytelling. And when I mean that, I mean voice. You have to establish that. That's what separates you from everybody else and everybody else from you. That's what is going to be what you're able to stand on as you build a career, as anybody who builds a career in the form of writing. So it's important for students to learn about the structural standpoint of this profession, but it's also good to learn that and find early on how you can apply your voice in that so that you are not only identifiable, but you're comfortable and you can stand strong on what it is that you start writing.
So what is the best writing advice that you've ever received?
I received 2 bits of writing advice from 2 different legends in the game that were also journalists. One, Ralph Wiley. Ralph Wiley wrote a story on him on a book that he released called What Black People Should Do Now. And in the inscription, he wrote the note in there. He said, talent without application is nothing. And I've always taken that to heart. Like, you can be the most talented person in the world, but if you don't put work behind it, if you don't apply anything to that talent, then it's going to amount to nothing. Yeah. So I've always tried to use that to tell myself that, well, I may have a little talent in writing. It's really about me outworking everybody that's going to determine how far I'm able to go with writing. It's all determined in the work. And the second bit of advice came from another great journalist by the name of Brian Burwell, and he gave me some advice later on. It was about maybe 5 or 6 years after I got that advice from Mr. Wiley. He told me always put some of yourself in your writing. And when he meant that, he didn't necessarily mean my name, or my ideas, or, my opinions. He meant some of your soul, some of just what you believe, some of who your character is, just some of you should always be in your writing. It goes to what we were talking about finding your voice. It's kind of what's going to distinguish you from everybody else. So I've always tried to make sure that I didn't necessarily have a certain style or anything like that, but that if you read what I was doing, as different as it may be, there's something in there that may be like, hey, you know what? I feel that. You know what I'm saying? I feel that. I felt that here. And Scoop is usually writing something that makes me feel something. So that's me putting myself in the writing, trying to make you feel what I feel when I write it. So that was great advice, and I've always tried to do that. So those two legendary gentlemen are something I carry with me today.
Cool.
Yeah. Good job. Now, I want to talk about you a little bit. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So here you got your first book out. I am, as a young individual who's, kind of been able to look at you from the outside. I want you to explain to me how and what made you come to the decision to dig inside yourself and come out with a book.
Yes, so what made me want to create the book I Am was just my experience in 7th and 6th grade.
Right.
And through bullying and teasing and all of those things, it was really just a really hard time for me, and my parents always comforting me and trying to get me uplifted, because that was a really tough time for me. I was getting depressed, feeling like I just wanted it all to be over. So I really created this book to help others, other young people going through the same situation that I was going through. And it was a perfect time to release it, Anti-Bullying Month, in honor of Anti-Bullying Month, October. So really, it was just a perfect time, and I wanted to help others not get in that situation of suicidal thoughts and wanting to hurt themselves, because that's a point where nobody should be at in their life. I just wanted to help young people.
Got you. From writer to writer, did you have to come out on the other side before you started writing, or were you able to start writing while you were still going through the process of trying to get to the other side?
Yes, so I wrote the book this summer, so during quarantine, so that's after 7th grade, because my 7th grade year ended earlier this year, so I guess you could say 2020 still, but it was during quarantine, so maybe close to the time of all that was happening. But quarantine came right on time, because I was getting so frustrated with myself and just everything that was going on. So I really needed that break, and that's when I had time to reconstruct myself and think about my relationships, and that's when I had time to write a book, because there was nothing else that I was doing in the house. So that's when I decided to do it. So I would say that it was in that time period.
What did you learn about yourself in the process of writing the book?
I learned that I was getting smarter, because this year for my 8th grade, I can see the development in myself and my schoolwork, my writing, and I get so geeked because I feel like I'm doing such a good job because I have all A's right now.
Okay.
And I've never had all A's on my first semester, and last year was the first time I got all A's since 3rd grade. So I was super happy and just excited about just all the things I was doing. So really, it was me learning that I'm getting better with my education and just trying to find high school. Really, this whole year, I've been maintaining this idea of high school. I've learned that I am very sometimes lazy when it comes to doing stuff around the house, because I feel like I'm in the house all day and I don't want to do it.
Right.
I just want to watch TV. But those are some of the things I've learned about myself.
Okay. All right. Now, once you get all A's, it's easy to get there. It's harder to sustain it.
Yeah,
You know that, right?
yeah.
Okay. But now that you got it, you have it in you. That's where the hard work comes in, is keeping that going.
Yeah.
That's where you have to push yourself. As long as you know. That's what's going to determine us to see how dope you are if you're able to keep that going.
All right.
You think you can?
And now I'm throwing it back to Trey and Lyric at the True Star office. Peace.
Happy birthday, True Star.
This is Jaquil Jackson here with
Oh my God. Oh man, True Star was just an experience. It was just amazing. And everything I learned in True Star, I still use today. Back in high school, when I was like, 15, 16, I'm now 31 and still using the exact skills that I learned with sales and advertising. You know how to properly write and edit. All sorts of things we learned. Photography. Every skill that I use with True Star, I'm literally using now in my business. I spend most of my checks on buying shoes and clothes, and the younger me just really want to thank you guys so much. Continue to wish you guys nothing but success and keep it going. Keep True Star alive.
Let me tell you something.
Happy
Yes,
birthday,
make sure you continue
True
to
Star.
donate. We are
Oh my-
taking donations even after we get off the air here tonight. So make sure you continue to donate and share this video, like this video, and once again, continue to donate. Lyric, I'm very proud of you. You think you did an amazing job. I think it's so cool to see all of the teachings that I've taught you for like I don't know how many 3 years that we were together.
Yes.
The growing pains. The times where
yeah.
you got on my nerves.
Okay, you got on my nerves too, but we're not gonna talk about that.
But you're here and you're actually hosting and applying all of the different things that myself and Charmin has taught you. I think it's just really cool to see you out here doing your thing. And I'm
Thank
so proud
you.
of where you are and where you're going to continue to go.
Thank you so much, Trey.
Yes.
I love it.
Thank
I love
you.
it here.
All right. Once again, we also want to shout out to all of you who submitted for the TikTok The Vote. Want to shout out to the LMO Foundation. We've actually got some winners. They're going to win some really dope cash prizes. Our third place winner is Aspen. Aspen, you won $200. And our second place winner is Camille. Oh, you're going home with $300. And then our grand prize winner, Lyric, you can give us a drum roll or something. Oh, wow. There we go. Our first place winner is Tati, and you just won $500. We want to
Yes,
thank
let's go.
all of you for submitting your TikTok videos. And once again, we want to give a big special shout out to the LMO Foundation. Also, we want to give a special shout out to Recast Chicago for sponsoring tonight's fundraiser. Without further ado, thank you so much for tuning in to us, and we are going to throw it to the True Star founders.
Good evening. Hello, everyone. We're back. We just want to take this time to thank everyone for all of your support of True Star this evening and beyond. We cannot believe the amount of support and love that we have received this evening. We thank you guys so much for everything that you have done so far and helping True Star continue to be a safe space for young people in the city of Chicago. And we are doing a great job at it, but we can do even better with your support. So we're going to keep pushing you to help True Star be an amazing organization and maintain everything that we've been doing over the past 16 years. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, everyone. We are so grateful for your support. We're going to be fundraising for the next 2 weeks. It does not end with this video. We need you. We need our community. We need to support each other, and we need to specifically support the young people of Chicago. Even though this virtual event is over, it is still an opportunity to give. So I want to leave you all. You can give on Facebook by clicking the donate button. You can go to our website at elevatetruestarfoundation.org, and you can hit the Cash App at $True Star Shy. So we still need you. And I just want to say on behalf of the True Star Foundation, we thank everyone for your generosity, your support. Again, a special thank you to our amazing staff. Thank you, Trey. Thank you, Lyric. Thank you, Charmin, DeAndre, Trig, Kip, everyone in the back, all the production people, everyone that makes this possible. I want to give a big thank you to our board members, to our family that consistently hold us down. Thank you, everyone, and good night. Ooh, that's a wrap.
Hi, my name is Aspen. I'm from True Star, and I'm here to tell you to vote. Yes, it's direct. Yes, I know that you might not want to do it, but the thing is, this pandemic, this situation, the world being on fire, has brought out the worst in people. But the thing is, you can still do good here. You can still go out, go to the ballots, and vote for the people that you know you want to help change this country. The thing is, you're going to have to research them first to make sure that's doing what you want. Now, when you vote, you need to do it not only for yourself, but for everybody else. Because with the whole things going on, I think we'll need good people like you to come vote. Thank you for listening, and please vote. This is Aspen from True Star, and I'm out. Hi.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Oh, it's a birthday. It's True Star birthday. Happy Sweet 16 birthday to True Star. I'm excited that to even be an alumni, to even be connected to True Star. They have changed my life. They have impacted me. So I thank God for this program, for this organization, and I pray that many, many more young people can be connected, and I pray that many supporters, sponsors, and partners will continue to help True Star so they can go another 16 years. Happy birthday, True Star.
Happy Sweet 16, True Star. 16 years of making stars and making a difference. Thank you so much for everything you've done over these past 16 years. And I look forward to seeing what you'll do in the years to come.
Let me tell you something.
Happy birthday.
Mom and father was heavy in the street, so I pretty much followed after them until I found True Star. One thing that I learned from True Star is that I could do whatever I wanted to if I put my mind to it, no matter circumstances. I could do whatever I wanted to if I put my mind to it, no matter circumstances.
What's going on, True Star? My name is Trey. Y'all know me since 07. Been in the True Star program, the photography program. Right now, I'm at high school, and man, I give all the credit to True Star because they made me the man that I am today. I grew up on the south side of Chicago, Wild Hundreds, unfortunately is what we called it, but I'm a product of my environment. However, I didn't let my environment define me. True Star has taught me how to brand myself, how to not sell myself short, and above all, remain true to who I am and not blend in with what the world has to offer.